guys, we got a Pontiac 400 here. This is going to be, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be like a, I don't know if we're going to take this whole thing apart. I want to take the intake off because it's gross inside. I want to look in the ports, see what it looks like. We're trying to figure out what it is. If it's got screw-in studs, if it's got this stud, or it's that Pontiac number, or this Pontiac number. But anyway, it's definitely a 400. It is the weaker of the blocks, so it's after 75 block, where they reduce the main cap webbing of the cast. So it's not like the better block, so you can't run like a bunch of power in there, but it's like, it's rebuilt. It has the little melty things in the thing. So we're gonna take it apart and see what it is, because it's like an unknown. It was left here. It's kind of like got pushed in the corner. We stole some parts off it. We don't know anything about it. You know, it was a race engine or whatever. It's some, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it's got a decent looking fuel pump that you guys can't see. It's got some kind of a Holly or something mechanical pump. It's not awesome, but it has something. And we're gonna see what's in there. We're gonna pull it apart. And I think we're just going to rip it. I don't know if we're going to, maybe a gasket, I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen. The Pontiac 350 that's been giving us problems with the heating. I want to dissect that engine and figure out why. I got to know why. So at this point, that motor's going to come out. We're going to disassemble it. We're going to find out if there's something stuck in there, if the head gaskets are rusted, or if it just sucks. I mean, I don't know where to go with that thing, but it's coming out now because I've had enough of it. We did everything we could do on that road trip. And it just wants to fight. So we have this. It's a 4-barrel. It's maybe good. It's rebuilt. I don't know when. It's a race engine with the weak block. Oh, you take it for what it's worth. So we're going to zip this apart a little bit. I'm going to pull the covers, and then I'll bring you guys back. It's 4 bolts. There's one there and there, just like the small block Chevy, kind of. And I'll get that intake ready to loose, and then I'll bring you guys back so you're not just watching me rip out bolts all night long. So that's what we're going to do. We have good manifolds for it. Those are the ones that breathe a little bit better, manifold. And they do bolt on those heads. So some of the heads don't have like enough bolts to support those manifolds, which Pontiac's weird anyway because they skip some of the bolts. But these heads will actually work for those manifolds, so we can kind of bolt them on. And that 350 ain't running that hot, so I'm thinking we take it to the track. We rip it a few times. We see what the car does. And then we switch to this, whatever this is, and we'll paint it blue because red is stupid. We'll paint it blue, Pontiac, the way it should be. We'll get a 4-barrel carburetor on top of that thing, and then we'll go rip this down the track and see what this thing does. Because it's like a direct fit. We ain't gonna have much for exhaust. Maybe I'll bend up some pipes to come down and go right to mufflers, and we'll just dump them at the rear axle because I don't want to put any money in this. Because I'm pretty sure it's getting LS swapped because this stuff is like, it's going to overheat, right? I mean, that's where we're at. Everything overheats. You know what doesn't overheat? And LS don't overheat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, we pulled one cover off. We found some nice stuff under here. We found some roll tip rockers. It's got a valve job. The springs have been shimmed. So there's probably a decent cam in there, maybe. We have a lot of stuff that's ready to come off, so we're going to pull that off for you guys now. Distributor being the first one. So there's that distributor. That's coming out. I run out of places to pile shit, guys. I need to clean up a bunch of shit around here. Mainly so we have more stuff to stack places because we're running out of stacking room. This cover's loose. See, look at those, huh? And it's clean in there. And even the underside of the cover, can you guys see that? I imagine you can see that. Look at that. They were chrome, but Edelbrock, clean inside, super clean. A race engine might be okay. People said it was a race engine. Race engine might be good. I don't know. So I'm still thinking we want to throw maybe some gaskets at it, maybe some head gaskets and see what the pistons are. They're probably low compression because the motor's a 70, whatever it is. When I decoded it says 76, which is the shift block. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? The intake is really gross inside. I wanted to pull this off and see. Like what the ports look like that one there looks gross. Look how small they are. Man, Pontiac's got some small ports. don't know if you guys can see that. That's a small port. One of them looks like it had water in it though. I do believe the motor does turn. It's not locked up. Don't know what that is. Screw, mother shit, a rock, a valley pan. This cylinder looks nasty. That's rusty. That's rusty looking cylinder right there. It's a bad looking intake. Yeah. We're gonna have to get the vacuum in there. I hope that valve is closed. It's kind of ugly in this one. I think we're gonna pull this apart because that's ugly. If that's all the way down in the well, it doesn't have any pressure. Well, it has a little bit. No, it doesn't. So that valve is closed at least. So at least if that's ugly in there, hopefully it can get in there. Yeah, this whole cylinder is ugly. Yeah, we got a bunch of them that are ugly. We're gonna have to do some cleaning on this deal. It's ugly. I don't know if that still has water in it. Some kind of crusty shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. There's a lot of rust in there though. A lot of rust in there. So I think what we'll do is, I don't know if those valves will even open. Pretty sure we turned this motor though. Like it turned over and shit. Definitely doesn't turn though, like a lot. It does seem to knock right out of there though. I don't know, you barely touch it and it like falls off. So I don't know what it is. What is it? These look like they might even been touched with it. Somebody did some porting on these maybe. A little bit of head porting going on here or what? It looks like maybe there was some head porting going on. A couple of these are really ugly though. That one looks good. I don't know what that is. It's weird. A lot of rust though. I don't like rust. It's all on the intake port, so it must have been in the weather at some point. Ugly than that. Yeah, well, we're pulling this one apart. We're gonna have to pull this apart and clean all this shit. So, I guess at this point it doesn't matter if we make a mess out of it because we're going to clean it anyway. If it was a new motor, which I kind of leaning towards it might have been, because it looks good. We can get a socket in there maybe. Nah. Might not have to pull everything off. That would be nice if we didn't have to pull everything off. But just take the whole head as a unit. I don't know if we can get in this one. Socket. Looks like about 3/4. Big fat sockets, I don't know. Well, the chrome ones maybe. Oh no, we can get in there. We get in this one. It's this one that's going to get us. Oh no, we can get in there. Wow. I think we can zip this with the gun. I think we can zip this head off. Let me get set up. And we're going to zip this head off because it's ugly in there. Those ports are ugly. I'm going to show you guys what the ports look like real quick. They're rusty in there. We don't want that shit getting... Like if we can save this thing and make it like a decent 400. See how nasty? I mean, it looks worse than it is too, but like it's definitely dusty. Like there's like a rusty dust coming out of there. If that's in the cylinder, I mean, we can clean it up now rather than like run it through the motor and make it all gross inside and score the cylinder walls and all that. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pause you guys for a minute. Guys, we got a box. Set this up. We'll label it like front or whatever. Make some magic. We'll label this thing the front. tape, which I'm going to have to find. So we're just going to take all these off and lay them in the box. I don't know if I'm a firm believer in not mixing shit up because I don't really care, but I wish I knew what make these were. They look like Highland Sharps, and maybe they are, I don't know. Like Highland Sharp. But see, it's got a threaded thing on it, so I'm thinking these might be decent, semi-decent stuff. They shouldn't have that. These heads should have been like shitty. A shitty head. They shouldn't have those. Then we're going to do something with these push rods. It's probably just going to lay them in the box right now. I mean, they look brand new. Everything looks brand new. Look at it. Lay them in the box. And the order they go in, which if they get mixed up, I'm going to try not to mix them up, but if they do, I don't really care. And you can tell the tops because they have a wear mark from where the guide was. There ain't much of a wear mark though. You can see it. I mean, these things are like new. Have a lot of runtime on it. Makes you wonder if it's broken. Maybe something busted inside, internally. Alright, so there's our box of shit. We're gonna put this somewhere. Put it over there for now. We got a gun. We're gonna knock this. Oh, we're gonna pry this intake fan off next. See what that looks like in there. I hate prying on these things. They always want to bend on them. It came off pretty easy. I did vacuum it off so we could minimize the shit falling into the engine. Look at that thing. Wow. This thing looks half decent. Except for that one. Oh, it's wiping right out of there. It's ugly, but it's wiping right out of there. It's the only one? It looks like the only one. So we'll pull that lifter out, clean it out real good. Looks like it's not stuck down. Get a push rod for a second. Grab the push rod, throw it in there. I can't move it, so maybe it is stuck. We're gonna have to look at that one. And on this motor, because it's like a junkyard special deal, I ain't gonna fucking play around with it. I will just get a used lifter from somewhere that fits in there, and I'll smash it right in there and not worry about it. The rest of these are all loose. That one, I can't really reach it, so it might be actually not bad. I can't get in there to get it. Oh no, it's not bad. It's coming right out. Let's look at this thing. Let me grab this one out of there, because it's ugly. There's some rusty crap on it. I don't know what you guys can see. Can you see what I'm doing? You can see what I'm doing. It's not stuck down. And it's not that gross in there. True to one, we hose that out with some brake clean. That thing's going to be like new. Cam looks okay. I don't see any rolled over lobes yet. It actually looks barely broke in. Should look at the bottom of that one. We'll look at the bottom of this one. Still look good. They're not all smashed in and fucked up looking. They look really good. Really, really, really good. And I hope this stuff is old enough where they didn't have the issues with all the bullshit of bad stuff. But at least at this point, we're pulling the whole thing apart and cleaning it. So, because these heads are just gross. Inside those bolts are nasty. And if those are nasty, then the cylinders are probably nasty. And maybe we need to like drive the pistons out of it, give it a new ball hone. This is gonna be like no money. This is gonna be like a gasket deal and that's it. We ain't spending a bunch of money on this shit. This is just so I can drive the car, you know? I mean, 350 in there it runs. I want to find out why it's heating. We're probably going to learn why it's heating and then LS swap it anyway. I do like my Pontiac junk, I'm not going to lie. I like my Pontiac junk. I want to see if these heads have huge combustion chambers. If somebody did some work to that. Because you can cut these heads up to like 60,000. And they have a gigantic open chamber deal. So for like every 5,000, you can cut 1 cc out of that thing. So that what you can cut 30 cc's out of there. Yes, it's supposed to replace the head bolts on here after one use of whatever. We ain't doing that either. Head bolts go right back in. I don't know if these are factory deals because it was rebuilt. It has h.r.p.t bolts in the flywheel. It does have something on it. We can probably look that up and see what that thing is. There is a logo. I'm guessing this was probably like a Jasper or whatever those things were back in the day. Thinking it was something. Because it has those melty things on it. My back's all messed up. I don't know if I really want to lift this head, but I'm going to. Is it going to splash me? Probably shouldn't. Yeah, see, that's why we got to pull it apart right there. There's water in it already. There's water sitting in there. There's water sitting in there, and we have a stuck valve. I don't know what you guys can see from up there, but we do have a stuck valve, and it is ugly. That cylinder right there is ugly. Now, I'm pretty sure this motor turned. Wipes right out of there. That's got water in it. It's still just sitting in with water. That's the head gasket that was in it. This is a good look at though, like what I'm going to be looking at in the 350. My theory in the 350 is these holes right here are either clogged. I thought these holes would be smaller for restriction, and they're not. So now I'm kind of wondering about the 350. Like, this gasket's like mint. Look at it. It's like brand fucking new. Look at the weirdness of these pistons. My God. What is with all this? Shiny. We do have a stuck valve. You guys can see the head on the floor. I can't lift it up to you. Back you up here for a minute. There's the head. It looks like it's got the big valve head too. Oh. And it's semi-closed port. It's not the open chamber is completely round open. This is a semi, I think. These heads might be halfway decent. That cylinder's ugly. I don't know if that's just going to break loose. Maybe it'll just break loose. Yeah, it did. It broke loose. It's already working. We're going to take these apart and clean them up though. Yeah, we got a couple of them that are sticky. So we'll pull this head apart and clean it up. Like it needs it anyway. I mean, the thing's ugly looking, so we'll clean it up. And that cylinder's kind of ugly. They're D-port. It's a D-port head. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm looking at. Probably not. But it is a D-port head. So that head might be something decent because it has screw-in studs. It's not supposed to have any of that. It's not supposed to have any of that. We definitely didn't want water or anything. It sits in there. Let's grab the vacuum real quick. We'll get rid of the water. Oh, we can't. I got a bag in that vacuum right now. Oh, what do we got to get rid of that water? There we go, an old dirty rag. Perfect. Rag's dirty. Stuff that in there. Let that suck that up for a while. We'll let that sucker up for a while. We have water in there. We're going to have to ball hone this. Hopefully it doesn't have any huge pits. Well, now we can look up the piston and actually see what it is. I've never seen a piston with all these. Can you guys see that thing? That thing's weird. Look at that thing. I've never seen one like that. It's got like multiple. I mean, is this like a universal piston for everything or something? I don't get it. That wall don't even look too bad. That was full of water. Glad we got to this. If this sat over there, it would have been shit. Hopefully I can run that out the bottom so we're not running over the crap that's in there. It does have a little bit, oh, the shit's scraping off. It does have some shit, but it looks like, we're just going to knock it apart. That's what we're going to do. We're going to knock this whole thing apart. We're going to fix it up. I think I have a pretty aggressive cam over there out of a 389. I don't know if it'll work in this. This cylinder here's got me a little bit concerned. Because it's ugly. I hope that one, that's an ugly cylinder there. Well, we got numbers to look at, so yeah, we got some stuff to look at now. Maybe run, I mean, that piston's still like new, it's kind of silver. Oh, blasted to death. We got numbers here too. So we got some stuff to look at. Look at that, huh? What's that, 60 over? 60 over. That's a pretty big bore. Clean it up. 60 over. I don't know. Would you call that a flat? What do you call that? It's not flat top, really. Look at the weirdness in there. That's like a compression killer. None of them are at the top, though. I wonder if that's a dome piston. They're not really at the top yet. Alright guys, we're gonna whip the other side off real quick because inquiring minds want to know at this point. So I'm gonna move you guys over. I'm gonna pause you while I get my box and my pusher. I'm gonna do the same thing now. I'm gonna get rid of those push rods and rockers, and then we're gonna rip that head off also, and we're gonna see. Like maybe that one piston is at the top, like right here under the rag. Maybe that's all it's got. But if they stick up above. Well, they can't because it's a closed chambered head. It would smash the head. So that must be all the way up. So that's pretty much, that's maybe not all the way there, but it's close enough to being what it is. Seeing this block, I don't know where you would have clogged stuff for that thing not to work. Going back to the 350 is where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'm going to pause you guys. Alright guys, we wanted to show you a couple different things here. So in there, there's a groove. That nut's supposed to sit in it. So they have these on, like this one's wrong. This one's correct, this is correct. Wrong, wrong. So, let's go to a wrong one. So here's a wrong one. If you flip this over, if you spin the fulcrum in there, see how it's got the spot? That's where the nut's supposed to sit. I don't know why they put them on upside down, but they did. And I don't know why. But we'll try to figure it out. Maybe the lock nut, like sometimes the Allen screw's not right with the stud, or I don't know why they did that, but I'm glad we pulled it apart because now we're gonna find all the stuff. Now we're looking, so I'll pause you guys. You guys, we're gonna rip this head off too. Same thing. We put the rockers off. We're gonna zip these off. I don't know how much shit's gonna be in this one. Hopefully the cylinders ain't all fucked up. Like, although those ones over there, they look dirty, but they don't. They're really not bad. Like, not bad. Like, you can ball hone them. Then we'll run those piston numbers and see what we got. Maybe that's decent. I don't know. I've never seen a piston like that. Like, with all them fucking the way it's shaped, but maybe we can find out what they are. I'm sure it's like whatever cheap rebuild kit. Maybe we can find out what these bolts are. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm hoping we can find out what this stuff is. The front and rear one, it looks like a stud. Sometimes the center one's a stud. We'll look at the 350 when we jam this back together to get them back in the right location. We're gonna yank that head off next once I get rid of these head swivels. Hopefully we'll find more water. I don't like water. Water sucks. We've been in there for years and years. We did, I don't remember when this motor came here, but it's been years. And it hasn't been outside here at all. So that water has been sitting in there for a very, very long time. The heads are coming right off though. It's like there's another nasty one. So it definitely got water in it from sitting outside. This one's ugly too. We got one ugly cylinder on this side. Again, with like good looking head gaskets. Look at the head gasket. Not a bad looking head gasket. I'm hoping these ugly cylinders like this one, I'm hoping we can drive that shit out the bottom so we don't have to ride the rings through all this crud. But I think they're going to clean up pretty good. I don't think it's going to be terrible. The heads do look alright, and they're clean. We got to do some work on those ports. They need some cleaning out in the ports. I don't want to just run that trash through the motor. That's why we're here doing all this, because we don't want to run a bunch of trash in the motor. Like this thing is like rusty. This cylinder is rusty. I don't know. Hopefully it's not got a bunch of pits in it. And we'll re-hone it a little bit. Ball hone in there or something, or the stone. We'll probably run the 3-jaw stone deal. Clean them up some, because this stuff seems to be coming like right off. So as long as it like hones up pretty good and it doesn't have any massive pits or anything, like we got some shit. There's some shit here and there. It definitely needs some help. And I don't know, you guys can probably hear that thing, but it does scrape off smooth. And you can see where we did turn it because it was sitting in a different spot. But I don't want to put like, you know, we probably could have forced this around and put all the bullshit in there, the magic and the this and that. It probably would have ran, but you know what? This crap going up and down with that piston, because it's going to get stuck in those rings, it's just going to end up fucking toasting the cylinder. I'm going to put so many vertical scores in it. It's going to be trash. I'd rather just, I didn't really want to pull this apart and get this involved, but I'm kind of glad we did. I ain't going to spend any money on it, because it's a junk block 400. But I don't know, what the hell, right? It's free. Clean it up and get it going. Throw it in there. See why our 350 is overheating, and we'll have a 400 to beat on for a little while. Might do some back-to-back comparisons, like, because that's 352 barrel. This is a 404 barrel. We'll see. We'll run that at the track before it comes apart. We'll run this, see what the difference is, see how much better it feels. Like, you know, seat of the pants. We did dyno that, so I do know what the horsepower is. Wheel. We could maybe even do that for comparison. But inevitably, Kev's probably getting turbo LS swap. So, but if we can clean this up and save it, it's a good motor. If it runs good, I mean, what the hell, you know? Ain't got nothing in it really. Gasket kit. Some time. gonna have to find a box for all those lifters. And I think that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. I'll bring you back when I'm back out here, I guess. See ya. Alright guys, we're draining oil out of this thing. Well, we thought it was oil. It started out as water. Now it looks like clean oil, but the first...
Still water in it.
There's a whole bunch of it that was water. Whole bunch of it was water. So we got... It's draining. Probably gonna get 2.5 gallons out of this. That means a gallon of water in there. Yeah, probably 2 gallons. Hopefully that crank ain't all rusty in there. Hopefully the water was below the...
Oh,
yeah, oil went to the top. I'm hoping.
It saved it.
I'm hoping. So now we're going to pull the pan too, I guess.
Well, you knew that.
Yeah. Which we got a whole gasket kit coming, so it's alright. I just hope it ain't a big rusty mess in there. If this turns into a big shitstorm, I'm not even going to use it. We're just going to throw it in the trash and call it a day.
I wouldn't trash son of a bitch. Put it in the corner. Because you can rebuild that block. You don't.
It's already punched 60 over.
You don't find the blocks everywhere.
I know, but it's a shitty block too. It's not like it's the best one there is. That's probably 2 gallons.
At least a gallon and a half. Close to.
Here comes the crap. We're going to zip off that front cover. We'll let that drain for a while. I'll keep you guys running and I'll zip that cover off of there. And we'll see what's under there next. I guess. Pull up. See if it's got a double roller chain or if it's got anything good. I think we only need to pull a couple of these, not all of them. It's a different size. They got the whole hardware store on this. That's the wrong one. They got the whole hardware store on this one. I thought these were the long ones.
These older motors is that way.
I thought those were supposed to be long.
I would say this one is.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be. Maybe it's only 2. I don't know. The rest of them I don't think need to come
That
off.
should have been.
That's what I thought. I don't know. Let's get a different size socket. We'll take it off.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I always thought there was more than that. How's that frame look? Can we see what we're doing here? Not really. Let me move you over. Move you guys over and zoom you up a little bit. So, we're going to pull it. I guess we'll pull it.
There's one. No.
This one
There's
should
one.
be one.
Just the 9s.
And that one's already out. And there's another one. I think that's it. There's a couple from down below.
In the pan.
Yeah, we'll snatch them. We're going to pull this fuel pump off next. Got a high performance pump on it. Chrome. Got a chrome pump on it. And all this stuff is like the incorrect hardware. Like they just went to the hardware store and bought whatever they could get. We'll throw that on the. We'll throw that in a pile.
No rust.
It looks good. No, no rust. That's fine.
Where at?
Anywhere over there, we'll throw it in a pile. Throw it next to the crusty intake.
Huh?
We can throw it over here with the rest of this crusty shit that needs to be cleaned up.
Put it in here?
Yeah, sure. Because we're going to use it. If we can use it, we're going to use it. Probably a high volume, something or
I
other.
bet it is.
We'll stick those bolts back in. That's done dripping, I guess. I don't know.
What
It's got
breaks
some on the bottom. I got a couple on the
the
bottom.
pans? And them's
bolts.
probably 7/16. Are they?
I think they're halves. Again, with the wrong hardware. There's a washer full of stuff. Bunch of flat washers.
Why is all the washers on them?
Because they went to the hardware store. Bought the whole place. Don't worry about it, Kurt. We'll pick them up after. I don't know how many more there are in there.
There only should be 4.
I think there's one more.
Yep, on the corner. Right on the corner right there.
We got one more. we got a bunch of shit here. Look at how much they tighten those pans, man. They bent every single one of them.
Look at that.
Yeah, they're all bent. See them? There's a wicked curve in it. They're really like over tightened. That thing should come off of there, I think. I don't know. I think it should bash off of there, unless we missed a bolt. So let me get rid of these bolts in my hand. And I sucked it. I think that's it. I'll give you a little pry. There ain't nothing moving. I think we missed something. Maybe there's something under there? I don't know. Maybe I'll whip the pump off just to make sure. Can't hurt, right? Or it's all the RTV they put on it. They have plenty of RTV on there. They have RTV on there for days.
Get that rubber handle down there and bump it.
That should be moving. I think there's something holding that. Let me whip the pump off.
Oh, I bet they're behind that pump.
I don't think there is, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna look. There it is. And there's a separator plate in it. The plate looks good. Separator plate looks good. So does the water pump. We'll save that sucker because we ain't putting no money in this. None at all.
Yeah,
We
right.
bought a gasket kit last night. It was $150 or $125 or something. Well, it's got a double roll of chain in it. Did we miss a bolt? It feels like we're bending the pan.
Oh, it's got that.
It's got enough glue on it. We got a double roll of chain and no rust.
Hey, I like that.
I like that too. Look at these things. These are supposed to have rubbers on them to seal the water pump. The rubbers are no, the rubber right here. There's supposed to be rubbers in here that, and they got shit. We got
Wonder
gaskets
why.
though. We got plenty of gaskets.
Wonder why it didn't leak.
Oh, it wouldn't. It would just leak behind the plate, and it would make the pump not pump right. That's a good timing chain cover though. We can save that. It's got a dual timing chain, and it's tight. This thing has no run time. Can you guys see that? See what he's doing?
Look at
You
that.
see what he's doing. That's nice and tight. We like that. And it's a double roller. Should we take that big ass bolt out and see if we can read anything on the bottom of the cam?
It's up to you.
Look at how it's painted. I wonder if it was ever run. Like, it doesn't even look like it had a harmonic balancer on it. Ever. It had to have run it some, right?
Could they run a electric fan on it?
No, but it still needs the bottom
Yeah,
thing to
right,
seal
the
the
pulley.
oil. It needs to seal the oil for the pulley, yeah. It needs to have something. I wonder what cam that is. I guess we're gonna look and find out. We're gonna turn it over first and see how bad the bottom is. Because I want to know what that water was doing to the crankshaft.
Why is that oil down there? Water. That bucket leaking?
Huh?
That bucket leaking?
I don't know.
Sure it is. The
Sure
bucket's
is.
cracked.
It is cracked. It's gotta be just leaking. Yep, it's got a crack in the side. It'll leak outside. Get out of the way, bud. Yeah. All right, here we go. We got a oil disaster. We got a cracked bucket. The motor looks nice and clean. The timing chain looks nice and tight. I think I'm gonna pull that top gear off of there and see what we can see. See what the cam says. Maybe we'll just pull the cam out and see if there's any specs at all on it. I don't know. We're gonna roll it over and pull the pan next. And pull these stupid motor mounts. They got homemade motor mounts on there that are terrible. We're gonna get rid of those too. So I'm going to pause you guys for a minute. Guys, we're going to pull that nut out. The bolt out of this, and we'll see. We're not going to pull it out because I got the wrong size.
Don't you have a little piece of sandpaper?
We'll find something. All right, guys, we're going to this bolt out. Doesn't feel that great.
What, the threads? Are they messed up?
They definitely cut the bolt and made their own bolt.
Oh. There's your problem, man.
Well, it might be lug. It looks like Loctite. Maybe Loctite. We're gonna call it Loctite anyway. It's probably not Loctite. What do we got going on here? Yeah, it's Loctite. Put Loctite in there. I don't know. Might have to get pullers and all kinds of stuff to get this off. It's definitely not going to come off of that. Can't move it. There's that bottom one. All right, well, we're going to roll it and we're going to do the pan next. We're going to leave that alone for now because it looks like a disaster. All right, guys, we're going to zip the pan off. See how ugly it is. It's probably ugly in here, too.
Do what?
Probably ugly in here, too.
I would say no.
You think it's going to be clean?
Yep.
You do?
I think the oil went to the top, the water went to the
Think it
bottom,
saved it?
and I think oil saved it.
All right. Kurt thinks we saved it. The oil saved it. Kurt thinks that's saved. This was a brand new pan. This is a brand new pan. That's why it's black. Then they painted it red and all the paint fell off, looks like. That's what it kind of looks like. We'll see in a minute.
What are you putting in bolts?
I'm just going to throw them in this pan because they're all the wrong bolts. They should have like a shoulder. They shouldn't be like hardware store washers and stuff. Not that it matters, but they tighten them all so much they're all bent to shit.
Yeah, every one of them bent.
Bent the washers, they ain't flat no more. It does have brass grease plugs in it. I don't know if we're going to bash them out or not. We bash them out with junk. Maybe we'll bash one or two of them out just to see what it looks like. If it's clean inside, we're going to leave it alone. We got enough RTV on there for a lifetime. Maybe 2 lifetimes. So we can clean this out. That's a huge mess, but
Look at that.
it's definitely cleanable.
Only one little bit of rust right there.
Oil pump looks kind of scary.
Well, it's been in that.
It's been in the mix for a while.
Okay.
There's a number we can look up. Hopefully it's a high volume deal.
I think it'll clean up and be all right.
I think so too. I think so too. Man, it stinks, huh? Wow. Smells like gear oil. Ray's out here. He's going to supervise the situation. Ray's going to leave right in the way. Everything. Screen looks good. This is all cleanable stuff, yeah. They weld that? Only tack weld these.
What?
Yeah, usually tack weld it. That does nothing. But, it's been there.
Trying to see around that piston that you can.
It's got oily water in this one. I want to tip this a little bit. Some more things out. Look at that clumps flop out.
Bring it on up and some more is going to bump out. Wow.
You got some nasty shit in
I
there.
need to get some more of that soak up on that. That soak up ain't really rough, you know.
Do I need to move the...
No.
Oh, shit. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm going to bring it back. We're going to clean up on some shit here and get this thing drained out, whatever we're going to do. All right, guys, we're going to dry some pistons out of this, at least the ones that ain't rusty. Here's the bearing. It's not the best looking bearing, but it's not terrible either. But I think they put this together like dirty. It's not down to the copper, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we're just going to run it. We're going to clean everything up and jam it back together. We'll put a piece of hose on there so we don't ding it. And it's not going to move. So,
You figured that.
yeah, now we need something to...
We need something sticking there to.
Yeah, we're going to drive it. We're going to drive her out of there.
You ain't got no.
I got something. We'll find something. All right, guys, we're going to drive one out. We got a rag in there. I couldn't find any wood. I don't think it's going to drive that hard. You moving?
Not yet.
Really? Ain't moving at all?
Now it is.
The rod's getting stuck.
Which way we need to go?
The hose is actually getting us right now. Hold on. You almost there? All right, hold on.
I'm coming.
I'll get you. I'll get you. We're just not in the exact spot we want to be for any of this. Because the crank is in the way. Oh, the rod's in the way. Oh, it's almost out. Okay.
I can't get it though.
Yeah, hold on. We're going to get there. It's going to give you a little push.
Come on. That's working.
Fucking rod
Stop.
keeps getting stuck. That rod's going to be a bitch.
Yep.
There it is. It doesn't look terrible. Well, I'm going to put that cap right back on there so we don't miss anything out. You don't get nothing going on. Nothing going on. Let me
Pull
see.
your hose and put it on.
This bearing's pretty much the same way.
Huh?
They just put it together dirty.
Why would somebody do that?
Well, it's probably all they got.
Huh?
It's probably all they could do.
Now, is that the way it went on there?
Yes. That's the front. That red 4. I wish they stamped them like the same way, but
Huh?
they didn't stamp them all the same. Yeah, it's keeper to keeper, so. I got 2 nuts there.
Where's your nuts?
Right there. That's number 4, and that was number 4, so. We'll clean these up. I think we can go after number 3 next. So we'll drive out one more, and then I'm going to pause, because you don't need to watch us drive them all out. We're going to drive out one more, 2 more. You guys. There's a... pins ain't
You
too
want to
stiff.
set that in that box over here?
What a crappy. Yeah, we'll throw them in the box. Throw them on the floor.
Well, you got them marked, don't you?
Yeah, they're already marked.
All right.
Toss them in there. We're gonna go after one more, guys, and then we're just gonna hammer them out after that. You have that gun behind you? The
Which
little
one?
one. Yeah, the little one. It's the one. I think this will come out easy, because it's not all rusty. Boy,
Wow.
they're tight on it. Oh, I can't get at that one. Dang it. That one's staying.
Turn it.
No, I can't turn it. I gotta turn the motor to get that one. How about this one?
Can you get both of them?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I didn't expect it. Then this ain't gonna take it, because you lose your shock through the finish. I ended up breaking these ones with my hand. We'll try it. Yeah, it's not
Where's your plug?
I'm gonna pause you guys because this is. All right, guys, we got the other one ready to drive out. It's pretty
How
close.
about, can you get into this driver here then?
Maybe. There's no room in there with the crank. No, I can't.
There you can't get it in there. You need something slightly help.
I don't like putting metal in there, but that's all we got.
I don't either.
That's all we got.
You just gotta be careful.
Some of these are stuck and rusty. The crankshaft's in the way, like everything's in the way.
It's coming.
Ones that are moving easy.
It's coming. Come on. There it is.
The ones that are moving move easy, so we're not really wailing on them. And I'm gonna have to do something different for the ones that are stuck. That's just the way it came out. I think we got to this just in time, because if this sat over there for another year or two, it would have
It's
been
been
wasted.
trashed. The whole
Yeah, I
thing
think
would have been trashed.
Even everything feels good. Like the rings ain't all fucked up. I mean, everything needs cleaning, but it's not like wasted. But if you put that together with all that grit, if you just fired this up, like forced it around and got it running, all the grit in here would eventually tore up that fucking. It would have ate up.
Tore up walls.
It would have ate up the cylinder wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have. Definitely would have.
Okay.
I don't think I can get any other ones on this side. Guys, I'm going to pause here. We're going to reset here. We're going to move some stuff around. Alright guys, we're going to record this one here coming out. These ain't rusty, so they're coming right out. The rusty ones are going to be the problem child ones.
Come on. You're coming. Look at that. Gotcha.
Okay, so let's got that one. So that's going to be it, guys. We're going to drive out the rest of them. And I'll bring it back on those rusty, shitty ones that are terrible. I'll show you how we're going to deal with those. Hey guys, here's the one we drove out. This one wasn't terrible, but it's not good either. You can tell that it's... See how the rings are all stuck? That's one of those cylinders that would have no compression when you're trying to fire it up. Unlike your will it run and all that garbage.
You
And it's gonna... Yeah, it would be screwed up. That would... There's no way that... See all the stuff that's getting... It's already packed in there from just that little bit of what we did. And that would end up scoring the walls most likely. It's not going to come back to life and all that.
So a new set of rings.
No, this one will be okay. We just got to get it cleaned. We got to find the end of it. Once we find the end of this, we can get it to turn.
It's stuck.
It is stuck. It's jammed. Both of them are. So this one end. I don't want to pry on this too much because I don't want to break the rings.
Yeah, you will.
There you go. This one. See how it's... Yeah, see it's getting... So that has to be like cleaned up. Everything has to be cleaned up. This one here is stuck also. This one here I don't want to move at all. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys can't see it. Well, we'll get it cleaned up. We know it's an issue now, so but we'll clean them up.
Huh?
Oh, I'm missing a bearing.
What?
Bearing fell out somewhere.
Really? You see it?
I don't know. It's down there somewhere. We lost the bearing. We're going to find it, guys.
There it is.
Oh, Kurt already got it. And I'm going to pause you guys. Okay, guys, that cylinder is pretty rusty. And that's the pistons binding and stuff. We're going to take this thing. So it's just a Scotch-Brite pad on my whizzer wheel. And we're going to watch it. We'll polish that thing up so we can get it out of there. This ain't going to take like nasty rust, too much stuff, but it does enough to, I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it'll come out. And we're going to polish off this paint, hopefully. So there's that, guys. I'm going to pause you guys. And we're going to drive that piston out. I'll show you. But guys, we're on the one we just buffed out. So we're going to take the cap off. I'm going to knock it loose. I'm going to push it down as far as we can until it stops. And then we're going to back up the crank. We're going to take this cap off. And Kurt will catch it. And then we're going to do the other side. I'm going to do the other one. I can't get the other one out because it's really nasty in there. I don't think we can. I don't want to force the rings through that much crap. I mean, we could, but we're probably going to break the ring or whatever. Or we could just keep working it back and forth, and it will probably come out. But I don't like doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this one down, get it out. And then we're going to pull the crank with the other one left in there. And we're going to drive the other one out the bottom if we can, which I think it looks like we have enough room. So that's what we're going to do. Watch your hands, Kurt. That's all we can get out of that before this piston starts binding us up on all that crap in the cylinder. But then we're going to back this up where we can get at it. And we're going to tap her out of there, hopefully. Hopefully it just comes out. It doesn't fight. I wish I had something softer to hit with, but I don't. Watch that. I'm going to have to drive on this one a little bit. We got to drive on it a little bit.
It's coming. Got it. Uh-huh.
You shouldn't be beating them out with something steely.
There's your reason.
There it is. There it is. Can they see? We're going to bring that over here where we can see. Look at this. Look at the muck in there. That's got some shit in it. And again, with the rings all jammed. So like when people say, oh, the rings come around, you know, yeah, maybe they do. Kind of don't think they do. Kind of think once it's welded up like that and you just keep running it, I think it just score on the cylinder wall to pieces.
You just heat it up.
Yeah, especially with that much grit. There's a lot of grit in there. But we'll clean it up. We'll get it cleaned up and get those all broke free. And hopefully we can, hopefully we can do a hone on this. Did you guys even see that? So this is what it is. And this is where we're at. Let me zoom out. This is where we are. Those rings are stuck again. We got one that's not quite stuck, but I mean, I don't think people say rings come around, but I think once you're done, put all that grit in the shit, you're done. So we'll pry these out later on and get it cleaned up. We got one, woo, we just dropped a bearing. We got one more that's going to be a disaster. We'll show you that one too. All right, guys, we're going to yank that crank out. We're going to pull the mains off, and then we're going to lift it out of there. We're leaving, I guess, number 2 in there, because that's the one that's stuck. So we're going to wiggle off these main caps. Main bearings don't look terrible. So that's 1.
Where are you going to put them?
Hold on, how did I get this off? There's one facing me, okay.
All right. The bottom's facing that way.
Yeah, so I'm reading it from this side. So all the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4 facing me.
Yep.
In this direction. And the keepers should be keep to keep, which they are right there to there. These mains look good. The mains look alright. Ugly, but it looks alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it should pop right out of there. That's a thrust bearing. These are the ones that I think they crack on me. I don't know which way they crack, but we'll look once we get it. This dowel pin, one of these dowel pins, it cracks the block. This is the weak block to 500, 557, or whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they say. No, they don't make good horsepower, they break. I don't know what good horsepower is. If it's 500 or 600, it doesn't matter to us. We can go ahead. There's no main steel in there? Oh, it's in there.
Hey, my brother called me on the shooting.
It's a
He
rope
sold it.
steel. Huh? Oh, did he?
for 5. The dealer bought it, but the back main seal was leaking.
On the
That yellow Chevy that he was in Tennessee. He said, I'm glad you didn't buy it.
no, it would have been fine. You know what? They're easy to do. You just pull the string. They're easy to do.
He said he called on it. It cost $900 for
Yeah,
it.
he could have done it himself pretty easy. All right, guys, we're gonna pull this crank out of here with the flywheel still on it, so we have something to put it on. Kurt's gonna hold this rod so it doesn't ding anything. You got it?
Yep. Go ahead. Is it gonna pull?
There we go. Oh. Okay. Well, we got a bunch of writing on the crank.
What's
I'll
that?
show you guys that. These are our main bearings that are kind of ugly looking. But
Are you pulling them?
no, I'm going to leave them sit. Well, they'll probably fall out, so. No, I don't want to pull them because we can mix them up. So what we're going to try to do next, guys, is we're going to try to drive this one backwards, and then we'll put the main caps back on so we don't lose all this shit. I'll actually put them back on right now.
Yeah. And then you won't lose it.
Yeah, then we won't lose them. So we're going to put all those back on right now. I'm going to pause it so you don't have to watch us put main caps back on. Okay, guys, we got the crank out of there. We're running 36 minutes, so this is getting too long, but we're going to drive this. We're going to bash that one out of there next. Hopefully it just bashes out of there.
Come on. You're coming good.
So we're coming, yeah, see, we came out backwards. I'm going to show you guys the block on the other side, and I'll show you this mess that just came out of there.
Look at that.
It's packed, isn't it? One ring's loose, or half of it. Look how gross that is. I don't know what you guys can see and can't see. Well, I never know what you guys can see. All right. So this, I mean, that's not happy. That is not happy. And we could have kept turning that back and forth and probably got that to loosen up. But man, that's just gonna eat. That's gonna grind up cylinder walls. This is the grit that's in there is insane. And then I'll show you the wall, what we're dealing with on that wall. But if you can drive them down, you can drive them down. You know, if you can drive it from the bottom, it's way better than. It's just way better than smashing it through all that crap on the top. I mean, these skirts don't even have any. They don't even have any real scuff. I don't think this thing had very much run time. Alright guys, we got a box of goodies. We're going to roll this up and I'm going to show you that nasty cylinder wall that's all rusted to death. And now we can get the cam out. So we did get the timing chain cover. I mean the timing gears off. Which one is it? It's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. See, man, it doesn't look bad at all now. Alright guys, we're going to show you that piston wall. This is why we didn't want to drive it up. See how nasty? That's pretty rough. That's pretty shitty. I think a stone will clean it up good enough. But you don't want to just drive your piston through all that. If you can go out the bottom, go out the bottom. So that's where we're at. We're going to pull the cam, see what it is. All right, I'll see you guys later. Like, share, subscribe.